Welcome to the extras of Shadow Generations. I am your host, Shy Guy Gaming, and today we are taking a look at the extras now. This should be fun. Now over here we have the virtual version of Professor Gerald's journal, which... I mean, yeah, this is long, and... Look, I'm not sure you want me to read this whole thing. Top of that, some of his handwriting is very hard to read, but considering how big the actual journal is, I can excuse him for having not very good handwriting. You know, some mad ramblings here and there, cute pictures, like there's little young Abraham and Maria, and sick Maria. Emerald in the corner, the artificial chaos, the chaos drives. Like, this is, like, some cool stuff, and I'm glad they did include this game. Oh, gee, I wonder who this could be. Also, wait, he left the security cameras on? While he was making a deal with an alien overlord. Okay. Now I'm starting to see why this place was shut down. It's like, you also see that they were ripping pages out, like... Wait, how long was journal entry 640 and 641? Because, there's a good few pages before 642. And he also just jumps straight to 650. Like, I assume these were... Like, these are the ones I've heard that came directly from Sonic Battle, but I never played that game. Again, never played it. We also see that he developed, like, the time switches from Sonic Adventure 2's Cannon Core. One that Maria made as inhibitor rings and shoes. That's cute. And then, yeah, we also see, like, this is in reference to the events of Lost Impact, that level from Shadow the Hedgehog that I admit I was overly harsh on. The artificial chaos went crazy, Shadow had to stop them, and because of that, well, it all speaks for itself, clearly. He kind of, went off the deep end. When, like, Gun raided, they killed her, forced Gerald to work for him, and then, you know, executed him via firing squad, which, you know, something that's always bothered me. How did he get that video of his execution to play when he put his plan into action? He was executed. Whatever, here is, like, this was what is the page, and I assume the passage that spurred Eggman on to, like, wake up Shadow, start the events of Adventure 2, look for the Eclipse Cannon and all that. You know, it's a happy family. You know, I sure hope nothing bad happens to them. And, yeah. Property of the Eggman Empire. Like, why didn't the GUN, like, rip that off when they recovered it? We also have artwork to look at. Like, we start off with, like, the box art for Shadow the Hedgehog. Look at that. That's a nice gun. It's not even in the game, but it is a nice gun. You get, you know, Adventure 2. Heroes, which had a lot. Sonic 06's box art, because they needed to, because, you know, apparently Japan really hates clenched fists. Look at that. Not allowed in Japan. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. Heroes, Sonic Channel artwork. You know, it's cool to me that they include Sonic X. That was a show I watched a lot of as a kid and was part of what made me a big Sonic fan. Like, you know what? For as much deserved crap as we give 4Kids, they did give us a lot of good shows. So, you know what? Thanks for that, 4Kids. More Sonic X stuff. Like, this is just... They just randomly copy-pasted, like, different artwork. Like, this one, I guess, is fine, but then, like, Eggman and Rouge are in the exact same pose in these two over here. Like, so what was the point of that? More Sonic X stuff, like it's just cool to me that they include this stuff. Does Sega even own... Is Sega, like... I mean, obviously they're allowed to put these in, but, like, how much of Sonic X do they own? Do they just own, like, the Sonic character stuff? I mean, they were able to put, like, signs of Chris in, like, the Sonic Adventure remake or remaster on Xbox 360 and PS3, so I guess they must still have some ownership over the show and its stuff. Sonic Rivals 2. Sonic Rivals. But it's weird that Knuckles is there. He's the only one who isn't a hedgehog. Like, design sheets. Super Shadow. Shadow on the motorcycle. Apparently Sega makes motorcycles in the Sonic universe. Also, why do they always put, like, the Black Arms logo there? It was... like, that's always been put there, like, after the fact, like, in the Archie comics, and, like, heck, even in this game, as we'll see in a couple minutes, like, why would he have the Black Arms logo there? It's always been the GUN insignia. Like, this image here, this just makes me wish there were unlockable outfits, like, based off of, like, the franchise's history. Like, they always save, like, these, like, model swaps and different outfits is just DLC. Like, I wish we could unlock these in-game. Like, I want to unlock Ryder's Shadow, even though I never play Riders. I want to play as Lancelot. I have actually played Sonic and the Black Knight. Like, or Racer Shadow from, like, Sonic Adventure 2... like, and that goes for Sonic, too. Like, why are the only outfits that they have for Sonic and Classic Sonic just a Sonic Jam one that you get for signing up for a newsletter, and also Adventure Sonic for, like, pre-ordering the game? Like, why not just import the outfits that were in Sonic Frontiers and Mania? Or, not Mania. Superstars for Classic Sonic. Give him his Shadow the Hedgehog onesie. Heck, throw in the outfits from the mobile games. Just let us unlock some actual outfits. Like, use those for something. Don't just save them for DLC. Sonic 06 stuff. Black Arms. Doom's Eye. Black Doom, he got quite a glow up in this game. Like, he's way more vibrant and, like, colorful than he was in Shadow the Hedgehog. You get character sheets, expressions, stuff from Sonic Adventure 2, Battle, apparently. Also, this is another thing that's always bothered me. When we first see, like, Space Colony Arc in, like, the Sonic Adventure story, it has the Eclipse Can, like, covered up with, like, this bottom portion. And that portion gets destroyed when the Eclipse Cannon is first activated. But in, like, games like Shadow the Hedgehog, when we see, like, the arc in the past, this section wasn't there. Like, this part was always just hanging out for everyone to see. So, like, was that added afterwards to, like, cover up the Eclipse Cannon? And if so, why? I don't know, it just bothers me. Heroes concept art. I said this before, I wish that these appeared in, like, the Rail Canyon levels, because we see these capsules in those levels in the original Sonic Heroes. I wish that they, like, you know, I wish they incorporated the Shadow androids into that somehow. Like that was also a part of Shadow's history. Like, I just wish they did. Sonic Battle stuff. Black Comet. Gunfleet. Sky Troop / Glyphic Canyon. I guess technically Glyphic Canyon, since it's still on the ground. Circus Park. Now that's a fun stage. I like that. I think these were called Black Hawks. You know, it's funny. This concept art includes the Broken Moon, but, like, Sonic Team, like, never acknowledged that the moon was broken after Sonic Adventure 2. Like, they made the excuse, it shifted so that the unbroken side is facing the planet now. It's like, it was on, like, supplementary material to remind you, yeah, no, that son of a gun was blasted in half. Like, the Archie comics post-reboot, like, they would always show, like, the moon's broken. The Shadow Generations prequel animation, they showed that the moon was broken. But, like, the games, like, Unleashed specifically, like, that whole thing, the whole gimmick of that game had to do with day and night. It's like, it just shows a full moon. Does that moon look full to you? Like, this concept art looks neat. Shows a different Eclipse cannon. Also, Metal Sonic is there for some reason. It's kind of weird. Black Arms. He looks really vibrant in this artwork. Black Doom does. This room that I still don't know what it is. Is this supposed to be like the room Shadow was imprisoned in on Prison Island? Is it like the pod from Shadow the Hedgehog? Or another thing that I want to talk about is this from Sonic 06, because they mislabeled the concept art as all of it being from Shadow. This concept art from being from Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, no, these aren't. No. I don't remember this from Shadow the Hedgehog, do you? Do you remember fighting Iblis in Sonic the Hedgehog? In Shadow the Hedgehog? You did fight him in Sonic the Hedgehog. You have his artwork. This just looks cool. I wish I had a poster of this. Like a framed picture of this. That would look cool in my room. The storyboards for the opening, I love that. I feel like this one should have come first, since that comes before this one in the actual game. Sonic Bell, Sonic Adventure 2 characters. Like, Turrios, Shadow's original concept art. This one is actually DLC in this game. I wonder if I might buy it. I totally didn't decide to do that beforehand, before I made this video. You know, there's more line art. Shadow ruining his posture for decades to come. This random sketch of Knuckles, Rouge, and Shadow? Like, why is this here? What is this from? No stage layouts. Casino Park. That's actually my favorite stage from Sonic Heroes due to the music of that stage alone. Love that song. There's Shadow staring at the border. Tails praying. Oh, that must have been like an early concept for Black Doom. Oh gosh, these... I actually never took a closer look at this one. These guys look creepy looking. These are freaky looking. There's Eggman. He seems to have had his legs cut off. Like, yeah, this sketch, I assume this was before they, like, finalized Black Doom's design, but they still had the idea of giving him 3 eyes. It's like, shows off, like, a bunch of different ideas. Maria looks really different in this image. Like, is this supposed to say from Sonic Adventure 2? Because this is clearly supposed to be what would eventually become the Bio-Lizard. Or Final Hazard, I guess, technically. But it's saying Shadow the Hedgehog, and like I showed you with that Sonic 06 artwork being mislabeled, is this also mislabeled? Them mislabeling their extras is nothing new. Like, in Sonic Origins, this was labeled as the final boss theme for Knuckles Chaotix at the game's launch. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really think this is very fitting for Final Battle. Okay, now this is from Shadow the Hedgehog. I remember... Well, I don't... This, I don't believe happened. But this scene I do remember happening. This is like the intro to Mad Matrix. And this seems to... This is the intro to Cryptic Castle. Shadow in the car. Now, this is cool. Like, we have pissed off Shadow holding the gun with the black arms, and then the flip side, Shadow with, like, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, you know, showing, like, the duality, good, evil, like, idea that game had. Background sketch. This is, like, some concept stuff for Devil Doom. Like, he had a way different design. Well, I wouldn't say way different. He certainly had a unique design, like... Yeah, this really shows how that fight sort of went. Like, you were just facing him in a wide open area. You just had to fly at him, spam Chaos Spears. It was fun. Like this. Oh, this was way different than he looked in that game. Again, this is clearly supposed to be the Bio-Lizard. Why is it labeled as Shadow the Hedgehog and not Sonic Adventure 2? Oh yeah, this is showing off Chaos Blast and Chaos Control. Him using the different weapons. Like, as someone who actually enjoys... Oh, he's flipping the car. Someone who actually enjoyed Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, this stuff is cool. It's not a popular opinion, but it's my opinion. I actually really like that game. Get all this stuff. I'm pretty sure this was the gimmick of Mad Matrix. I think that's the spotlight mechanic from Digital Circuit, where if the light shined on you, you would go to it. Oh, these are the jump pads from Prison Island. And then, yeah, we have all the different, like, yeah, you got your springs, jump panel, your item boxes, your balloons. Oh, this is the searchlight from, Digital Circuit. Oh, and then there's the keys that you needed 5 of, although, like, I guess... I mean, maybe this was to save space, but it looks like there was originally only supposed to be 4 keys per level. That's cool. Yeah, more gimmick stuff. Oh, like the lights from the cyberspace levels. Is he boosting? That wasn't in the game. Yeah. I remember the balloons where you would either just dangle down or lean left or right. Oh, the turrets. Oh, using the balloon. Shooting the balloons like in Circus Park. Triangle jump. It's just... Lightspeed dash. It's just so much... Yeah, the... homing attack chains. The flip, I don't believe they used it like this to, like, make a path forward. It was usually just to crush enemies that were in front of you. And then... I don't think this one's from Shadow the Hedgehog. Like... Oh, wait, is this... Like, is this Glyphic Canyon? Like... Is that the tornado that sucks up him and Knuckles? I mean, I don't remember this. I think this is supposed to be from Sonic Heroes, actually. Like, I know that the next one is from Sonic Heroes. Like, these... You flip between the 2 rails. And this train was in the concept art for Rail Canyon. So they just mislabeled this one again. And then, yeah, we're back at the start. Up next, we have the Jukebox, which, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and listen to the entirety of all these songs, but hey. Listening to a few of them wouldn't hurt. Here's some of my favorites. That's a good one. So, real fun fact about this one, this is actually a remix of the GUN mech fights from Sonic Adventure 2. Like, the same was said about Heavy Dog, but they didn't include that one. And also, another fun fact about this boss being named Blue Falcon and the Black Arms boss Black Bull actually got their names from the vehicles of Captain Falcon and Black Shadow from the F-Zero series, and they were named that because Sega made F-Zero GX for the GameCube. So, you know, there's a bit of useless trivia for you. Look, I was overly harsh about the level, but like, that's not exactly like, song doesn't make me want to play a fast. Then again, that level's anything but fast-paced. I said it before, it's not awful. It's just kind of boring. Sometimes the voice lines from these levels just stick in my head. Like, I just remember this one. I'll make you wish you never created me. Like, if they didn't include a level from Shadow the Hedgehog, I wish they at least incorporated, like, gimmicks and concepts from their arc levels into this game's arc level. Like, have us platform across falling pieces from Space Colony Arc, like Cosmic Fall, or have us go up against the defense units from... Well, I can't believe I was blanking on this level's name. The Arc! Which also, it's weird that that level's soundtrack isn't in this game, because they used that game's soundtrack as a placeholder, apparently, during, like, certain events showing off Shadow Generations. For, like, the first Arc level. Or, like, this level did have, like, a couple gravity mechanics in it. Use, like, those gravity switches from Space Gadget. Like, you're a sequel to this game. Why not use, like, level concepts from that game? This one's just funky. And then, yeah, the last way, which was the final level you unlock for True Story. Then you, yeah, I never played Sonic 06. No, like, nostalgia for that those tracks. Let's move on to Shadow Story. On this bike, that's inaccurate logo. Speaking of inaccuracies, why is Shadow the Hedgehog put before Sonic Heroes? That doesn't make sense timeline-wise. After his fall in SA2, he is found in Sonic Heroes, and then he experiences the events of Shadow the Hedgehog after that game. I mean, yeah, the rest is ordered correctly, but yeah. Now for dramatic reading of each of these. Shadow began his life aboard the Ark with his creator, Professor Gerald, and grew up alongside the professor's granddaughter, Maria. Gerald had created Shadow to be the ultimate lifeform, among other secret reasons. One fateful day, the GUN military executed a cover-up operation, resulting in Maria's death and Gerald's execution. After his arrest, Shadow was captured and put into stasis. 50 years later, Dr. Eggman, Gerald's grandson, broke into the military vault to free Shadow and use him as his ultimate weapon. Shadow agreed to help, secretly driven by an intense desire for revenge. Shadow's true goal was to assemble the Chaos Emeralds to power the Eclipse Cannon, a space-based weapon capable of destroying the world. However, Sonic and his friends stood in his way. After a fierce battle, the threat of the Eclipse Cannon was neutralized. However, a backup plan was activated. Professor Gerald's posthumous confession was played for everyone, revealing that he tampered with Shadow's memories. And the Ark itself. He wanted revenge on the whole world for Maria's death. With the Eclipse Cannon disabled, the Ark was set on a crash course with Earth. Sonic and the others hurried to avert the catastrophe. Amy Rose pleaded with Shadow to get him to help, and her words awakened his true memories, that Maria wanted the people of the world to be safe and happy. Shadow raced to aid Sonic in saving the world. After an epic struggle, the Earth was safe, but Shadow disappeared. Also again, how did Gerald broadcast that announcement of his execution if he was executed in said announcement? And yeah, we're going to Sonic Heroes because this should not be here. It should be after this. Rouge, a treasure hunter and spy, broke into one of Dr. Eggman's secret bases in search of a great treasure. To her surprise, she found Shadow sealed in a stasis capsule, and Omega. Once Shadow was awakened, he had no memory of recent events. He wanted to find Dr. Eggman and get answers. Rouge still wanted to find Dr. Eggman's treasure, and Omega wanted revenge for being sealed away. United by a common goal, the three agreed to work together and hunt down Dr. Eggman. During the hunt for Dr. Eggman, Shadow was reunited with Sonic and came across androids that looked like him. Shadow began to wonder if he was truly himself or another one of these copies. At the end of their adventure, Rouge assessed Dr. Eggman's vault. Instead of treasure, she found hundreds of androids. She too wondered if the Shadow she rescued was a copy. However, Omega pointed out all of the androids would have had to have been copied from the original. Shadow set out to find his own answers and a new meaning for his existence. And that led into Shadow the Hedgehog Part 1. With no memory or purpose, Shadow had lost all interest in the Earth and humanity. His search for direction was interrupted as the Earth was invaded by the Black Arms, aliens from the Black Comet. Their leader, Black Doom, appeared before Shadow and ordered him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. Shadow felt no loyalty to Black Doom, but assumed he would have the answers to his past. So he set out to find the emeralds and regain his memory. Throughout his efforts, Shadow remembered his promise to Maria to protect the world. He also learned that Professor Gerald had used Black Doom's DNA to create him, not as a loyal soldier, but as the ultimate weapon to defeat the aliens. In a desperate final struggle, Shadow used the Chaos Emeralds to become Super Shadow, defeat Black Doom, and end the alien invasion. With his original mission complete, he desired to put his past behind him. And then Sonic the Hedgehog, Part 1. Shadow and Rouge were commissioned by GUN to steal an artifact, the Scepter of Darkness, from Dr. Eggman. During a confrontation, the relic was broken, releasing the time-traveling spirit Mephiles. Mephiles took on a new form by inhabiting Shadow's shadow. He then banished Shadow and Rouge to 200 years into the future. Shadow witnessed a burning apocalypse and his own future self sealed away. Mephiles revealed that humanity blamed Shadow for the downfall of the Earth and imprisoned him. Mephiles offered Shadow a chance to get revenge on the world, but Shadow rejected him. Shadow eventually found his way back to the present day. He planned to reconstruct the Scepter of Darkness and seal Mephiles once more. However, Mephiles had grown too powerful after taking Shadow's form, and could not be contained. Eventually, Mephiles realized his ultimate ambition and was reunited with Iblis. Together, they became the time-destroying god Solaris. Shadow, along with Sonic and Silver, used the Chaos Emeralds to obtain their super forms and defeat Solaris. In the end, Solaris was wiped from existence, and Shadow lost all memory of his encounters with Mephiles. Hence why he's just super confused by what happened in this game. Shadow invaded one of Dr. Eggman's bases to look for suspicious activity. Along the way, he defeated the mercenary team Jackal Squad and their leader, Infinite. Shadow easily defeated Infinite, leaving him feeling weak and humiliated. After being implanted with a copy of the Phantom Ruby, Infinite went on to be Dr. Eggman's elite agent. Together, they set about conquering the world and targeting Shadow's allies. You know, they didn't really do anything with that. Like, Infinite didn't target Shadow specifically. He just beats up Sonic, and he just doesn't acknowledge Shadow at all, ever. Like, he makes a copy of Shadow, but to be like one of his like 4 enforcers. There's a lot of missed potential with Forces. As someone who doesn't like outright hate that game, even I will admit that. Infinite used the virtual reality powers of the Phantom Ruby to create a copy of Shadow and used it to fight Sonic. Shadow eventually intervened, destroying the Phantom copy and joining Sonic's efforts to liberate the world. He was on the front lines, helping lead the charge to defeat Dr. Eggman's Phantom Army and save the world. And then we also have characters to look at. I'm guessing Rouge didn't get one since she had one in base generations, but so did Shadow, but yeah, whatever. Let's just read them. Shadow the Hedgehog. At first glance, Shadow looks like a grim version of Sonic. In fact, he is the ultimate lifeform created by Dr. Eggman's grandfather, Professor Gerald. The professor was a genius and developed Shadow to have the ability of chaos control, allowing him to warp space-time with the power of a Chaos Emerald. Shadow will use any means necessary to achieve his goals. Give him a little twirl. Alright, moving on. E123 Omega. Omega is the last and strongest of Dr. Eggman's E100 series of robots. He seeks revenge for being sealed away and unused. His rampage is meant to prove he is the strongest of all. He is heavily armored, and his massive arms contain a wide variety of weapons that can cycle in to replace his hands. Yes! Big the Cat. A gentle giant with surprisingly hidden strength. He enjoys eating, sleeping, and fishing. He lives a carefree life in the great outdoors with his best buddy, Froggy. However, if his friends are in trouble, he'll do his best to help them out. Maria Robotnik. Maria is the granddaughter of Professor Gerald and cousin to Dr. Eggman. She's plagued by chronic illness, but that doesn't diminish her courage and loving heart. She was sent to the Ark for treatment and grew up alongside Shadow. She dreamt of one day being cured and returning to the Earth she loved and missed so much. However, she was lost to a tragedy, and now Shadow carries on her wish for the world. Professor Gerald Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius of all time and the creator of Shadow. Unlike his grandson, Dr. Eggman, he was driven by benevolent ambitions. He designed the Space Colony Ark and a variety of devices that could use the Chaos Emeralds. However, some of his top-secret research went haywire, resulting in catastrophe. This resulted in the military's intervention, the tragic loss of Maria, and Gerald's arrest. Orbot, a robot attendant to Dr. Eggman. He's intelligent, proper, and follows orders faithfully. However, his sarcasm gets on Dr. Eggman's nerves. He often has to correct the mistakes of his companion, Cubot. Cubot, a robot attendant to Dr. Eggman. He's friendly and laid back, but not as bright as his counterpart, Orbot. He's extremely loyal but lacks initiative and always waits to be given orders, which frustrates Dr. Eggman. Even though Orbot's always picking up his slack, they still get along very well. And that's all these guys. Now let's take a look at the movies. Now, no, we're not going to watch all these, but we will watch the most important one. No, no. There we go.
Hello. Your name's Shadow, isn't it? Have you seen my good buddy, Froggy?
That is frickin' peak cinema. I'd also like to point out something that Radical Soda pointed out. This scene of Shadow meeting with Black Doom, it's actually supposed to mirror the events of the first cutscene of Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow scoffs and turns away. Black Doom's arrival. This close-up of Black Doom. This close-up of Shadow, like, gesturing, what are you talking about?
I destroyed you once. I will do it again.
I mean, he didn't do this. Even the path that Doom's eye takes is the same as the ending of the opening cutscene of Shadow the Hedgehog. And there is one more very important thing to look at. If you collect all of the screws for Cubot and Orbot, you get this. Yeah? Makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Yes, it does do that every time you walk up to it. I mean, all this is cool, but I wish there was more. Hey, wait a minute! Let's do this. There we go. Let's head on back to that now. So yeah, I got the digital art book now. Also, Sonic Superstars is digital art book, but that's not important right now. So let's take a look at this, and then we'll also take a look at the stuff that it added to Shadow Generations. So let's do this for now. So we got art book and mini soundtrack. Okay. Oh, that's cool. You know, I wish they just included this with the physical pre-order. Like, you know, Persona 5, the Strikers, yeah, they just include, like, the digital art book with their physical version. Like, you just buy the standard version, you get, like, a digital art book. Like, I have it on PS4. But, like, they, for whatever reason, started... I mean, I guess to make more money, started making that part of your digital deluxe version. Which, I mean, hey. Gotta get money somehow. Like, let's just take a look at what this book has to offer. Okay, Shadow Generations characters, like, I mean, this is nice artwork. You got, like, Shadow, Black Doom there. All the different abilities, like... Doom Spear, Doom Surf, Doom Blast, Doom Morph, Doom Wing. Like, I kept on calling this thing Doom Squid, like, before, because it just reminds me of Splatoon. Oh, and, like, originally he was, Shadow was supposed to still be, like, there from the looks of this. Like, I mean, that's cool. Ish. Like, it's interesting. Wonder what made them decide to move away from that idea. We got Gerald and Maria's updated looks. Like, that's... Yeah. I don't know what I'm... I'm not sure. I thought that was like a battery first. Oh, it's his name tag. Oh, now we're moving on to stages. Like, that should be cool. Like, I wish there was music to... Wait a minute. Hang on. Let me check. Let me check something really quick. Waking up, chosen one. Oh, they have the original All Hail Shadow! Also get Sonic Boom from Sonic CD. Not sure why. Ah, what? We can't keep listening to the music while we look through the art book. Dang it. Okay, so we're still listening to this in silence. Don't worry, I'll put the SpongeBob music over this. Yeah, the stages. Here we have white space. Like, we get the look of white space. Like, oh, now that looks cool. Like, all the different platforms in the sky. I wish that they stuck with that. Like, that would have been cool. That's, Speed Highway. Why is that? Was this originally going to... Oh, and they would have included the right... Like, the ring portals, like... Oh, like, these are just screenshots from, like... That's a screenshot from Sonic Adventure 2, just, like, thrown in there. Like, I mean, that's cool. Like... I mean, I think they're bringing this ring idea back in the Shadow DLC that they showed off in, like, the PlayStation thing. Were they... For, like, the castle stuff? Like, I mean, that just feels kind of, like, out of left field, like, kind of random. Oh, they were going to originally include just, like, the springs and boosters just in the water instead of, like, the rings, like, these rings that they went with in the final version. And that would have been a choice. Oh, and this is for the collection room. The, Shadow's motorcycle. Like, why is it set up like a garage? Does Shadow have a garage for his motorcycle? Oh, the different designs for the, rocket that Cubot and Orbot were trying to build. Looks like they just went with Design C, but gave it thicker outlines based off of this. Oh, this is what Gerald's journal pages were originally going to look like. Different looks for the icons. You know, I kind of... I like these gold-looking, the gold look for the music notes at the top. I guess I kind of understand why they went with the ones that they did. You know what, you might want to just probably cut most of all this out, because this is boring as heck, because they didn't let you listen to the soundtrack. That's something the Persona 5 Scrambled soundtrack did. They let you listen to the music while you looked at the art book. And here's the Doom Moon and the Doom Powers. There's Doom Surf. Wait, oh. Oh, this is just that artwork from before recolored to be eviler, I guess. I see you. There's Hank. Oh, this artwork they showed off on their YouTube channel for like when they released like the soundtrack for the arc. Kingdom Valley, Rail Canyon. Forces, he's looking very green. Which, hey, green is my favorite color. So, you know what? See that as a win. Sunset Heights and Radical Highway. Beyond Another World. Was this a billboard that was there? Oh, this was a billboard that was there. So yeah, I assume these were both billboards. Chaos Island, they really showed off the Doom Morph. I mean, did you really need to include these enemies? Their designs were finalized a game prior. Different balls. I didn't stop to take a look at them, but I assume they look like one of these. The Doom Zone. Yeah. It would have been cool if the Doom Zone... Like, I know, I've ranted about, like, choice to just make Radical Highway the final battle. I wish that, kind of like how in like, the prior stages would transition into Radical Highway, that while you were in Radical Highway, it transitioned into a stage based on the Black Comet in the lead up to Black Doom. Like, that would have been a cool, like, spin on that. I don't know. I just wish that they included, like, Shadow the Hedgehog, a stage from Shadow the Hedgehog in some way. I mean, I guess they sort of did. They made the Devil Doom boss fight was, like, Devil Doom was the final boss of Shadow the Hedgehog, and they brought him back, which, I guess that counts. But still, I wish it was more. Shadow Generations enemies, I mean... Bio-Lizard... Metal Overlord. Oh yeah, the little egg arm things. In Radical Soda's video, he pointed out that the background of the Metal Sonic fight, that's just retextured assets from Chemical Plant. Which, I mean, there's really nothing wrong with. Like, they're just using resources effectively. Yeah, there's Mephiles, Black Doom, and Devil Doom. Which, yeah, that's the thing. They are there. And then Neo Devil Doom. Oh, like this is creepy. That is awesome. That they they made him creepier. Almost kind of, maybe this was like a way to bring it back to that Devil Doom concept art that we looked at, where he looked way creepier. They turned that giant ball he was floating on into a new eye. Like that is freaky as heck. It's awesome. Like the new Black Arms enemies. I have no idea what the heck this thing is supposed to be. Oh wait, the little thing on top of it was riding the big guy. And then once you kill it, then you just launch the little guy? Is that what happened? I could not tell what was going on with that. And then these guys that send like the clones at you. Like these big guys, I don't know what they're about. And like they made a bunch of new Black Arms enemies. Why not just... But they didn't... I mean, I guess they brought back these guys, but they just made a bunch of new ones instead of using the ones from Shadow the Hedgehog, which that's just kind of a strange thing to do to me. Oh well. And poster art. This is cool. I don't remember seeing these posters though. Oh, and Sonic Generations stuff. I guess it's cool that they include this, since it is technically, yeah, also Sonic Generations. You know, I probably shouldn't look at this, because I haven't played the Sonic Generations portion yet. Oh, and here's Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings. Oh, stuff from the prequel series that led up to this. Character sheets for Shadow, Rouge, Omega, Abraham, Emerald, Gun Robots, and the Egg Breaker. Rev 2. I'm guessing Revision 2. And now it doesn't have the cockpit on it. This was a boss in Shadow the Hedgehog, which that was cool to me that they brought that back. Oh, and here's Adult Abraham Tower. Wait. Abraham Tower... Young Abraham... Abraham Tower V3? What happened to the other two? One... Environments, like we see... I might need to rewatch the series, because I'm drawing a blank on whatever this is. Well, there's Shadow and Maria asserting dominance, at least. Oh, this shot of Omega, that was cool. Oh, the room with the Black Arms. Right, so... Like people point out that was a dream. Shadow wasn't supposed to... I don't know if I entirely believe everything that he saw was like a dream and didn't actually happen. I don't know about that. Anyways, color script. I don't know what that means, but sounds important. The Egg Breaker. Oh, the samurai egg pawns from Colors. Not sure why he had those guarding his base. And then, yeah, the pyramid base. Oh, this is the end of that. Yeah, back to title. As we see the mini soundtrack. We got I'm Here, Green Light Ride, Fist Bump, Reach for the Stars, Free. Yeah, a bunch of songs. Just wish I could listen to them while I was looking at the frickin' art book. Like, I mean, I guess I could use my Switch as an MP3 player with these. I mean, we can also change the language. I'm not going to do that because I wouldn't be... Wait, what? No, discard changes. I need to read English. I don't speak other languages. I know I said which is German for but that's about it. Like, my knowledge of other languages is very limited. I can count to 10 in Spanish. And know, like, very select phrases that are, yeah, not the best at other languages. But let's go back to the main game and see what was added in that DLC. As you can see, back in the main game, we can change the skin, which we will change that to Turios, show that off. Sonic Generations start with skill points. I hate that that is applied immediately. Shadow Generations additional background music, that's applied, that is okay. Let's head back to the collection room, take a look at what has changed, if any. Actually, I guess I don't really need to go to the collection room. I could just go up to a level, take a look at the added music there, which one of these tracks that was only added in the DLC kind of makes me angry. Anyways, here we are. We are now Turios with this strange skiing animation, or skating animation, that doesn't make any sense considering he wears regular shoes. Can we just take a look at his face? Well, you can't, but... Oh, wait. Yes, I can! Haha! He's got a scar. Yeah, maybe I should just play the rest of the game like this. With the switch zoom function. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe not. You know what? Just pick a level. Stop there. Maybe play a level with this. I don't know. See what happens. Alright, and we're back. I'm gonna try the BioLizard hard again. Like I said, I wanted to try to do that better, but we also get to see the new music. Throw It All Away. Which Shadow's main theme from SA2 makes sense. This Machine, Team Dark's theme from Sonic Heroes makes sense. I Am All of Me. Why was this saved for DLC? This was the main theme of Shadow the Hedgehog. The game. Like, this being saved for DLC, it just feels wrong. Let's see what else they have. Waking Up. These are the ending themes from Shadow the Hedgehog. The Chosen One. All Hail Shadow. Never Turn Back. Crush 40's version of All Hail Shadow. What? Why? Why is this in Shadow Generations? Supersonic Racing. Shadow wasn't in Sonic Adventure! Okay, this one makes sense. Shadow was in this one. Sonic Unleashed theme? Really? I mean, apparently he was originally supposed to be in Unleashed, but they just cut him from the game. So, okay. Reach for the Stars? I mean, he was in the DS version of Colors. Luminous Fortress. Okay, now they're starting to bring in stage themes from games. Like, okay. I do like Nowhere to Run from Prison Hall. That's a good one. That one is too. Really like that. Oh my gosh, they have... Oh! Do they have... Oh, they do. Oh, yeah, they have... Break Through It All and Find Your Flame.
Oh, that's so good.
Like, these are good ones. The boss themes in Frontiers are amazing. Like, I used this in my Transformers video to try and make that abhorrent Megatron fight somewhat bearable. Oh gosh, this one. Oh, this song was burned into my memory. Flowing into the lights. That level was so hard to S rank. This feels like I'm having salt rubbed in a wound. And even though I did eventually S rank it, this level's S rank requirement was so strict for no reason. I also used to think they were saying dance theory, not disappearing. But that's just me being stupid. Dropaholic. I didn't even know these songs had names. Okay, and that's all of them. Well, I think I already know which song I want to use for this level. Let's do this. If you're strong, you can fly. You can reach the other side of the rainbow. It's alright, take a chance, 'cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle.
You tortured soul.
When you use your mind. Sonic boom, Sonic, when trouble keeps you running faster. Boom, Sonic. Sonic will save the planet from disaster. To the light, it's a supersonic fight. Gotta keep it going.
Need to target the light.
Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic when trouble keeps you running faster. Boom, Sonic will save the planet from disaster. Boom, Sonic was spinning through a world in motion. Yeah, Sonic Boom's a good song. But why no you can do anything from the Japanese version of the soundtrack? I'm not entirely sure why they had two completely different soundtracks for Sonic Boom, but something that they did. There we go. Phase 2. Sonic boom, Sonic boom, Sonic when trouble keeps you running faster.
You think those will stop me?
I mean, they did a pretty good job of it before.
Orientation.
Alright, and now I know how to beat these quickly. So, don't expect to mess up. It's a supersonic fire, gotta keep it going.
Chaos control!
Yeah!
Let's do this.
Yep. It's going good so far. Supersonic fire, gotta keep it going.
You cling to a cruel fate. I'll show you which of us is the true ultimate life force.
What? No!
Alright, stop struggling. You cling to a cruel fate.
It's okay. Doesn't set us back that far.
The true ultimate life force.
Just spam. Just spam. Spamming seems to work the best. Okay. You gonna do your Kamehameha? Or Spirit Bomb?
This is the ultimate power.
There we go.
Take this.
Come on, come on. There we go. Punched him. Okay, that's at least an A rank, right? Come on, at least an A rank. I did die once, so... Yeah, just an A. How did they expect you to be at 36 seconds faster? Like, even if I didn't die. Hell, whatever. That's Shadow Generations. Thank you for joining me for the second Let's Play on this channel. Now I have nothing else getting in the way of the Transformers review. Except for that whole backlog I had. You know what? I'll save that for afterwards. You know, maybe I should try streaming my backlog. That might help me get it down. But, anyways, those are the extras. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Catch you later.